I'm Karen, and this is going to be 45 minutes of yoga. This is a Skype class that I videoed, so when I'm facing the camera, either do what you see me doing or what you hear me saying. Make sure that you've got a yoga strap. I use a karate belt, that works. You could also use a piece of rope or a necktie. All right, so we'll use that towards the end of class. In yoga, you really want to stay in the present moment and focus on what you're doing for these 45 minutes. Try to just exhale out anytime you find your mind being distracted. I really want you to focus on your muscles and getting them more flexible, increasing your balance, just creating long, lean muscles that are gonna make you less prone to injury. So gift yourself these 45 minutes, put everything else to the side. Here we go. We're gonna let those feet come to the mat a little farther apart than your hips and allow your knees to just fall forward. Relax our arms at our sides. And we're gonna take some deep cleansing breaths in and out through our nose. So your eyes can be either open or closed at this point. And I just want you to let your belly lift and lower with each breath. And just allow yourself to be fully present here. Just let go of the distractions of anything that happened this morning or stuff you've got going on later. Let's just be right here for now. Just allow ourselves to have this 45 minutes so that we can be better when we're done. So as you gently open your eyes and bring those feet, like I said, a little farther apart than your hips, let's windshield wiper those knees. So what you're going to be doing is taking the knees one way and looking in the opposite direction. Take a full breath before you switch. So just loosening up the spine. You can feel that stretch through your hip as you do that. And you keep it in mind that you're going to take things at your own pace today. Not going to do anything that's going to hurt you. This is yoga practice all for you. So if you need to modify something, if you need to take a break, please do that. One more time to each side. Good. And what I want you to do is to roll into your right side. And have your bottom arm be your pillow. And let's stretch your left quadriceps. You're going to pull your left heel towards your backside. You're going to press your left knee towards the other one. So pressing that left knee down and continue to pull the left heel closer to your backside. And almost any other exercise you did this week, this should feel good. Those quadriceps, we ask a lot of them. And as you exhale, let's let that go and roll into your stomach. Let's come onto our forearms into Sphinx. Okay, so we're not going to let our head just collapse into our shoulders. We're going to let the head lift up and gently the chest pulls forward. Just take some deep breaths. Your head's not looking up or straight down. It's just that natural extension of the spine. And on your exhale, lower down and roll into your left side. I'm just going to turn so I can continue to face you. Now your left arm is your pillow. You're going to pull your right heel to your backside, pressing that knee down. Feeling that nice right quadricep stretch. Remember to let your belly expand as you inhale and deflate as you exhale each and every time. The end of an exhale, let's let that go. And roll back to our stomach. And you have the option of either coming to Sphinx, or if it feels okay, palms underneath your shoulders and just gently lifting into up dog. Again, not letting the head collapse into the shoulders. We're going to lengthen from the top of our head to the tailbone. Now we're going to shift back, bring our knees apart, big toes together, and sit back in child's pose. So as you rest your forehead on the mat, you're letting the middle of the chest just surrender towards the mat. We're going to go ahead and come up to those hands and knees and do a nice cat-cow stretch. And then we're going to tuck our toes under and come to down dog. So hips are lifted up, feet are hip width apart, and we don't want to be heavy into our hands. We want to shift our weight back, lift those hips nice and high, and relax our feet. Relax your quadriceps as well in the front of your knees. Good, let's lift our right toes up to the ceiling and walk those hands back a little bit. Nose towards your left knee, right toes up. And let's gently swing through so that right knee is right above the ankle. And let's float our chest up. So you're going to tuck the pelvis under to get that left hip flexor stretch as we lean back. And look past your fingertips. Let's swing through. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Let's take that left leg a little farther away from us as we lean back. And then clasp those fingertips at our low back, chin in our chest, and think about opening the chest and pulling your shoulder blades down as your chin comes to the chest. Now we're going to rotate and look over your right shoulder, and then we're going to extend both arms shoulder height if you can. Left arm is in front. Good, both arms up. Let's lean it back. And let's bring our left knee down to the mat. Hands on your right quadricep, and you're going to sink your left hip flexor forward. Straighten the arms, shoulders down, chin in your chest. Now we're going to take our left forearm, put it on the outside of the right thigh, right hand at your low back, and just bend this right knee nice and deep. Again, letting your left quadricep and left hip flexor sink towards the mat. Good. On our exhale, let's untwist. And let's take both knees to the mat. Give yourself another cat-cow stretch. Glance up to the ceiling. And now your right wrist is directly under the right shoulder. Right leg extends behind you. With that left arm reaching, abs are nice and long for spinal balance. Now if you want to, your right foot can come in the air and that left hand can grab it. If this is too much, just stay extended. Let's lift the right foot towards the ceiling, push the top of the foot away, and lift out of your right shoulder as well as the right wrist. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach nice and long. Hand and knee down. Let's sit our hips right and bring that right hand on top of the left. Take a breath. And your exhale, let's untwist. And let's come to our plank. So it's an upper push-up position. You can be on your knees or your toes, totally up to you. Let's hug the sides and let our chest lead as we come down. Knees down whenever you want to. Nice up dog, open the chest, lift the head up. And you're welcome to do a push-up if you want to, and then down dog. Push-up is always optional. You can do it sometimes, you can do it always or never. All up to you. Now let's shift weight out of the heel of the hand more towards our knuckles. That's going to be better for your shoulders. Relax your feet and see if the hips can lift and the head can sink down. End of an exhale, let's walk or softly jump those feet to our hands. And let's glance up, reverse swan dive up, standing back bend. And let's take our right arm down, keeping our feet together. Left fingertips reach up as our right fingertips walk down the leg. And then for half moon, that right hand gently pulls the left arm straight, resting the head to the right. Inhale, lift. A little bit deeper, same side. Push your left foot down into the mat. And let's come on up to the front of the mat. Standing back bend. And as our arms come down to shoulder height, let's take the right toes behind us. Engage our middle. And you can lift the right leg a little higher, but you don't have to. That right leg can be about hip height if you wanted to. And then on your exhale, slowly fingertips come down to the mat. Chin in your chest, just let your head hang heavy. And let's take some weight out of our fingertips and bring our left arm out to the side, just helping for balance or working on balance. Then we're going to switch the left fingertips a little bit to the left of the foot. Roll that right hip open. Your right arm either stays hanging down, you could reach it up, but find a focal point. Somewhere where your eyes are going to stay. Keep rolling this right hip open as you breathe. And on your exhale, let's bring fingertips down, bending your left knee, gently lunging on your right toes. And we're going to walk our left foot to the left, bringing that right knee to the mat. So hands on the inside of the foot. Take your right quadriceps, sink it down towards the mat. And if you want to, you can start to bend those elbows. Feel free to rest on your forearms or stay on your palms. Chin in your chest and breathe. So that right quadriceps sinks towards the mat as we let the rib cage and diaphragm expand and contract with our breath. Each exhale is your opportunity to deepen that stretch. Go ahead and come to our palms. Bring that left knee to the mat. Nice cat stretch. Glancing to the ceiling. And let's come to our plank. So that upper push-up position. Wrists are below your shoulders, abs strong. Come on down. Nice up dog with open chest, lifting the head. Push-up is an option. And down dog. So as we breathe, let's take turns bending one knee and then the other. Loosening up those lower legs. And let's take our left toes up to the ceiling. Walk those hands back. Nose towards your right knee, left toes reach. Let's gently swing that left leg through. Lunge between the hands, make sure your knee's right above the ankle as we float the chest up. Now you want to tuck your pelvis under, lean back into that crescent lunge. Look past your fingertips, swing through. Inhale up. You can even scoot this right foot back a little bit as you lean back. Hands behind the low back. Gently pull the arms straight, chin in your chest. Think about opening the chest and the shoulder blades gently pulling into your back pockets. So we gently rotate, look over that left shoulder. Extend both arms. Your right arm is in front, best you can at shoulder height. And let's reach both arms up one more time. Gently bringing our right knee to the mat. Now we're going to sink forward onto that right quadricep. Straight arms, shoulders down, chin in your chest, and breathe. And then your right forearm comes to the outside of that left thigh. Left hand at your low back. Let's bend that left knee nice and deep. Continuing to sink that right quadricep and hip flexor towards the mat. Try to take your complete exhale before you take that big breath back in. One more inhale, exhale. And let's untwist. Let's bring that left knee to the mat. And your left wrist directly under the shoulder. Let's extend that left leg behind you. Abs engaged, right arm reaches for spinal balance. Now that left foot can come in the air. This is just an option. Right hand reaches around to grab it. Let's take that left foot up towards the ceiling, push the top of the foot away, and lift yourself out of that left shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend out and reach. Hand and knee down. Let's sit those hips left and left hand on top of the right as you breathe. Good, untwist. Nice cat stretch. Glance up to the ceiling. And let's come to that plank. Wrists below your shoulders. Abs lifted, hug the sides, come on down. Up dog. Push up if you choose, and down dog. So shift some weight out of the heel of the hand, more towards the knuckles. As you relax the feet and the quadriceps, lift those hips nice and high. Good, into that exhale, let's walk or softly jump those feet to our hands. And let's glance up, reverse swan dive up, standing back bend. Good, and that left arm comes down. We're going to keep those feet together. Reach the right fingertips up as the left fingertips walk down the leg. Left hand grabs the wrist, gently pull and rest your head. Half moon. Inhale, lift. Exhale a little bit deeper, pressing the right foot down into the mat. Good, front of your mat. Standing back bend. And as we bring the arms down to shoulder height, you're going to take your left toes behind you, find a focal point, abs engaged. Let's go ahead and lift that left leg up. You decide how high, seeing if you can make that back like a tabletop. Slowly, fingertips come down to the mat. And you're going to bring your chin in your chest. You're going to shift weight out of your fingertips. So just a little bit of weight in the fingertips, right arm out, and take a breath. And as you exhale, let's place the right hand a little bit to the right of the foot. Roll that left hip open. And that left arm can stay hanging down. That left arm can lift up. Please find a focal point that your eyes will stay and continue to roll this left hip open. And exhale, fingertips down. Let's bend that right knee, gently lunge on your toes. We're going to scoot the left foot back, the right foot to the right, and we're going to bring that left knee down to the mat. So you do want to make sure that that right knee is right above the ankle as you're sinking your left quadricep forward. Start to bend your elbows if you'd like. Come down to the forearms, just an option. Let's let the head hang heavy to the ground and try to keep our weight evenly distributed onto right and left as you breathe. Dissolve that tightness with each and every breath. End of the exhale. Let's go ahead and come to those palms. Let's come to that right knee. And let's come back to our plank. Wrists below those shoulders, abs are strong. Let's hug the sides as you come on down. Nice up dog. Push up if you want to. Down dog. Connect back to your breath right here in down dog. Notice where you're feeling the tightness. Let go of any negative self-talk about I should have been able to do that or anything like that. Just let it go and allow your body to feel what it's going to feel today. Do your very best. So right toes up to the ceiling. Let's walk those hands back, nose towards your left knee, reach the right toes up, and gently lunge between your hands. Right knee is right above the ankle. We're going to turn our left foot flat this time. And we're going to float the chest off of that right thigh. So shoulders down, your hips are square to the front of the mat. And on your exhale, you're going to open it up into warrior two. Right arm is in front. Let's bend that right knee deep. Now you're not moving your torso forward. You're just bending that right knee. Use your right inner thigh to open that right knee up. And your eyes are on the tip of your right middle finger. Reverse warrior. Left hand, left thigh. You're going to gently pull the right side of the rib cage away from the hip bone. Slowly coming back to warrior two. Right arm, right thigh, that left arm straight up. And if you want to, you can sink that right hand to the inside of that right foot. And as you push your right knee and shoulder into each other, take that left arm a little heavier behind you. On an exhale, let's place those palms next to each other. Now take a look at my right hand, the one closest to my foot. I'm going to walk it behind my ankle and grab the outside. Left hand grabs the inside. So I'm going to demonstrate that again. Your right hand walks behind the ankle, grabbing the outside. Left hand grabs the inside and chin down. Now if this is too much, come back to the palms. Bend that right knee. Let's take a breath or two here as that right shoulder sneaks underneath the knee. And then we're going to straighten the right leg. Walk those hands to the middle of the mat. Let's separate those feet. Sink the head down and take some deep breaths. Left hand between the feet. Let's take that right arm up as we gently twist. Left ear gets a little closer to the mat. Right shoulder rolls open. And let's switch. Right hand between your feet. Left arm up. Right ear gets a little closer to the mat. Left shoulder rolls open. Good. As we exhale, those fingertips are facing you. Bend your elbows. Let those elbows sink towards the mat. Chin in your chest and breathe. Now relax your quadriceps and your knees, allowing those hamstrings and inner thighs to get a good stretch. Let's slowly come back to the palms. And let's walk our hands towards the front of the mat, so towards that right foot. And we're going to bring the left knee down to the mat. Now we're going to go ahead and shift our weight back. And we're going to slide that right leg straight forward, not at an angle. Left knee comes back. Remember, you're only taking it to where you feel like it's safe and a good stretch for you. Your hands could walk closer to your right foot. You're going to bend your elbows, sinking your chest towards your right thigh. Obviously feeling that good right hamstring stretch, with your left quadriceps sinking down as well. Try to exhale completely, letting go of tightness each and every time. End of your exhale, let's slowly ease out of this. Let's come to that right knee. You can allow those hips to kind of shift from side to side a little bit. And then you're going to come back to your plank. That upper push-up position with your abs engaged, hugging the sides as you come down. Nice up dog. Push-up is an option. Down dog. Again, connect to that breath. Rib cage and diaphragm expand as you inhale. Deflate as you exhale, relaxing those feet. And let's lift our left toes up to the ceiling. Walk those hands back, nose towards your right knee, left toes reach. Gently swinging that left leg through, lunging so that that left knee is right above the ankle. We're gonna turn the right foot flat. Let's float the chest off of that left thigh, hips facing the front of the mat. Warrior one. Remember to take a break when you need to. Slowly open it up, left arm in front for warrior two. We're all gonna look a little different in these poses. Viva la difference. Eyes on the tip of your left middle finger. Let's open up this left knee using that inner thigh and not let it collapse to the middle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand, right thigh. Left side of the rib cage away from that hip bone. Bend that left knee. Slowly back to warrior two. Left arm, left thigh. That right arm is up. And you're welcome to slide that left hand down the inside of the foot if you want to. Pressing your left knee and shoulder into each other. Rolling that right shoulder open. Deep cleansing breath through the nose. Now let's place that right hand down next to the left. And this is where now your left hand, the one next to the foot, is going to walk behind the ankle and grab the outside. Right hand grabs the inside. Just let your head hang heavy towards the ground and that left shoulder sneak underneath that left knee. Feel free to come back to the palms if you'd like. Try to take a couple breaths here. End of your exhale, let's start to straighten the left knee. Hands to the middle of the mat. You can even slide the feet farther apart. Sink that head down and breathe. Let's clasp our fingertips at the low back. Gently pull those arms straight and let them wrap around. Your legs are just as straight as you feel comfortable. End of your exhale. Fingertips face away from you. Walk them behind you. Bend the elbows and sink the head down. And let's face those fingertips to the front of the mat. Bend those elbows and sink the elbows towards the mat. And let's walk those hands up towards the front of the mat, towards your left foot. Left toes face the front and your right knee is on the mat. And we're going to shift our weight back. And we're going to slide that left foot straight forward, so not at an angle. Right knee is going to come back. Feel your way through. Stop when it's enough of a stretch for you. Bend your elbows, sink your chest down. Feel the lengthening of that left quadricep, but your left hamstring, but your right quadricep is sinking towards the mat. Deep breath in, flows up and down the back of that left leg. Dissolve tightness on your exhale. Good, slowly, let's walk it back. Ease our way out of this. Right knee on the mat, and you can allow those hips to wiggle a little bit. as we come to our second to the last plank of today. Wrists below those shoulders, abs lifted up, come on down slow. Nice up dog. Push up if you want to, down dog. Let's go ahead and bring those right toes up to the ceiling. We're going to walk our hands back a little bit, bend the right knee, and let the right leg hang to the left. You're going to feel a nice stretch on the outside of that right hip joint, opening up the right hip and straight down the right side of the rib cage. For pigeon position, let's slide that right knee between our hands. And let's tuck the left toes under, walk that left leg back, open the chest. You can always walk your right foot closer to your left hand. Let's not let our hip roll to the right. And find the middle of the mat to walk straight out. Rest your forehead. Deep breath into the tightness around that right hip joint. Exhale, just let it dissolve. Feel free to glance to the right, resting on the left side of the face. And you can also take the back of your right hand to the low back. So let's let those shoulders just flop. Release tightness around the outside of that right hip joint. End of your exhale, let's untwist. Let's glance forward. Let our left fingertips walk a little farther away. Forehead down, take a couple more breaths. Slowly walk yourself back. Sliding that right knee back. Do a nice cat-cow stretch. Glancing to the ceiling. And we're going to come to our last plank of today. Abs lifted up. Wrists below those shoulders. Not leading with our hips. The middle of the chest leads. Nice up dog. Lengthen from the top of your head to your tailbone. Push up if you want to, and down dog. End of the exhale, sinking that head down, relaxing our knees and feet. Let's take those left toes up to the ceiling. Hands walk back a little bit. Let's bend that left knee and let it hang to our right. So notice that nice opening around the left hip joint. That left leg is nice and heavy to the right. Deep breaths. Allow that stretch to come straight down the left rib cage, left side of the rib cage. And then pigeon position, let's slide that left knee between our hands. Let's tuck the right toes under and walk that leg back. You're more than welcome to walk that left foot a little closer to your right hand. Let's not let ourselves roll to the left. And then find the middle of the mat to walk those arms out. Rest your head and breathe. Deep breath into the outside of that left hip joint. Exhale, dissolve that tightness. As we glance left, resting on the right side of the face. Sliding the left hand to your low back if you want to. Relax your shoulders and breathe. Trying to exhale completely, letting that tension dissolve. Exhale, slowly untwisting. Let's glance to the front of the mat. Let our right fingertips walk a little farther. Forehead down for 2 more breaths. And let's walk those hands back. Open that chest, slide your left knee back. Knees apart, big toes together. Look up to your right, rotate your wrist. Right hand palm up underneath. Let's rest on the right side of the face. Walk your left fingertips away from you and take a breath. And then rest the back of the left hand at your low back. Allow the shoulders just to relax. Let your right ear and cheek sink towards the mat. Slowly untwisting. Let's stretch the other shoulder as we look up to our left and rotate the wrist. Left hand palm up underneath, sit back on those heels. Rest on the left side of the face and your right fingertips walk away from you. Right hand rests at the low back. Shoulders relaxed. Deep breaths. Allowing that left ear and cheek to sink towards the mat. Slowly untwisting. And come on up to the front of the mat. Make sure you've got your yoga strap near you. So you'll be able to grab it when it's time. Let's come into one boat pose and then we're going to rock back on our back. So shoulders relax, abs are strong. Take one leg up, feel free to take both as long as your back is okay with that. If possible, knees together, toes lift. Come on back slowly. Hands on your knees, draw some circles. Massage your low back gently. Good, straight arms between our knees. Let's hold on to ankles or feet. Gently knees towards the rib cage and press the elbows against the knees. Rocking side to side like a happy baby. And either stay here or your first two fingers around your big toes. Press the heels away from you. Just allow the legs to relax out. Don't forget that deep cleansing breath. Releasing the feet, and the feet are farther apart than your hips. Touch the heels if you want to, and lift those hips up into your bridge. Inhale, hip bones press up, and gently one vertebra at a time, peeling that spine down. So we go ahead and grab the yoga strap and place it around our right foot. Let's let the left leg come flat on the mat. And right hand holds the strap as the leg comes out to the right, and our left hip stays rolled to the mat. So gently pull so your right toes aim to the wall behind you. Exhale, right leg comes up. Move that strap towards your heel with a relaxed foot. And gently pull that leg towards you as you're pushing your right knee gently away from you. Breath flows up and down the back of that right leg. As you back away and the strap's closer to the ball of your foot, let's get a good flex, pulling the right leg towards you. Feel free to roll it out or in by pulling on one side of the strap. See what deepens your calf stretch. Everybody's legs are a little different. And release. Let's take it across the body. Let's glance to our right and gently pull. So you're stretching your right IT band. Good, let's bring that right leg up. Let's place both feet in the strap. Gently pull the legs towards you. You can even lift those hips a little bit. And release. We're going to let the right leg come flat on the mat. Left hand holds the strap. Let's take it out to our left, glancing right. Be sure to keep that right hip rolled down to the mat as you gently pull with your left hand. Slowly lifting that left leg up. Moving the strap towards your heel. Relaxed foot. Let's gently pull the leg towards you as you push your left knee away. And backing away, moving the strap towards the ball of your foot. Let's get a good flex. Gently pull it towards you. See if you want to roll that foot out or in. Deep breaths. Exhale, let's release. Hold on to the strap with your right hand. Take it across. Glance left as you gently pull. Stretching straight down your left IT band. As you exhale, gently a little bit more of a pull. We're going to place the strap down and lengthen our body from fingertips to toes. See how long you can make yourself. And then just slide those arms down towards your sides, palms up, eyes closed. All that being said, during total resting pose, feel free to shift around, bend the knees, roll to the side, whatever you need to do. Let's make the most of these last few minutes to not only let go of the tension in your muscles, to also let go of anything that might be holding you back from having the best day that you can. Let's pull all the breath to the very top of your head. Exhale, feeling that breath flow across your forehead, temples, and the back of your head. Rolling across your eyes, your nose and your cheekbones. Flowing across the back of your jaw, straight down the sides and back of your neck. That breath rolls across the top of your shoulders. Notice your open chest and relaxed upper back. As the exhale flows down your arms, rounding your elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, and the top of your hand, between your fingers and all the way to your fingertips. Your exhale finds you gently wiggling those fingers. Any stress you were holding in the upper body leaves through your fingertips. Noticing the breath rolling across your rib cage, one rib at a time. Flowing from the middle of your back down to the small of your back. Across your waist and your abdominals. Nice breath in. Exhale, notice your hips and your glutes just release to the mat. Quadriceps and hamstrings relax. Knees, shins, and calves. Ankles. Notice the breath rounding your heels and flowing up the arch of your foot. Rolling across the top of your foot, between your toes and all the way to your toe tips. As you exhale, just moving the toes very gently. Anything negative just leaves through your toe tips, leaving you feeling relaxed, peaceful, with a fresh perspective on the rest of your day, ready to take it on. So let's be nice to ourselves coming out of this position slowly. So you'll bend one knee, placing that foot on the mat. And as you're ready, the other knee is going to join it. And we'll slowly roll to one side. Bottom arm becomes your pillow. And as you're ready, just gently press yourself up to a nice sitting position. Something comfortable for you. With a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Surrender everything in that head to your heart. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.